everybody, how's it going? This is the VTARAMPS MegaFuzzie MK4, and it is my favorite, without a doubt, amp sim plugin ever. Why is it my favorite amp sim plugin? Because it sounds amazing. It sounds fantastic. Not just for modern stuff, but for old school stuff too. And anything in between. You know, 80s, 90s, contemporary tones, whatever. It does it all. I'll just show you the chain I'm using. Effective silencer, it's just a gate to keep things quiet. I've got this boosted at the moment with the NA808, so it is a bit loud. The noise is a bit loud, as you can tell. NA808, I use this all the time as a boost. I'm not boosting the level as much as I usually do because this amp really doesn't need a lot of gain. It's got plenty of gain on tap. Got the amp itself. Then I've got pulse loaded with the MegaFuzzie 2 IRs I made for the demo I just did in the last video. This is the chunky chunks and the extra thick. I haven't got an EQ or delay on at the moment. So what is this thing? It is based on a Mesa Boogie Mark IV amplifier, and it doesn't really look anything like it, but the tone itself is very much there. It's got low-mid content that is very smooth and very full-bodied. The mids are very aggressive, and the high end is just dialed in so well on this amp. And like I said, it's a very versatile amp. I've got a preset up right now, which is quite modern. It's got that nice clanky boosted sound to it, and it achieves it. It does it really well. I'll just go to a more old school tone. If I turn off the NA808, it'll go a little bit flubby. Yeah, kind of like a rectifier. We've got these low frequency gain and high frequency gain controls, which is basically like a pre-EQ going into the amp. So if we cut the low frequency gain, I've got a preset I made. This is when I'm not using any kind of tube screamer or pedal boost before it. You just take down the low frequency gain and you get this kind of cool tight tone. A little bit more old school. I've used this amp for years. I used it on the latest Habitual Slaughter and the first Habitual Slaughter for some old school scoop tones. It does scoop tones really well, but just turn down the mids. You think about 90s thrash, like Sepultura, or old school death metal, Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Death, those super scooped mids. This is the amp sim to get those tones for sure. No other amp sim does it better in my opinion. And remember, that's got no boost on it, and it's still nice and tight for the chug chug sounds. So if we just go back to a more modern tone, here's one I made earlier, preset I made earlier. I'll turn the NE808 on. And the cool thing is with a lot of VTARAMPS amp sims, you get this PA drive knob, so you get this like power amp coloration and saturation, and it works really well. It probably works better on this plugin than any other plugin. I'll just turn the gate off. I mean, the PA drive is quite subtle, but it is there, and it makes things sound just that little bit more wild. And it's nice to boost that a little bit for solos. I wouldn't probably go this high, but around here for solos is very nice, and boosting mids as well is really good for that. I was using the kilohertz delay. It's just a standard digi delay. It's free. Check it out. So we'll just go into pulse. I've been using the Res MegaFuzzie Chunka Chunks. And I've got some old Ola IRs loaded up, which are very different, but I'm just going to dial in a tone with those as well. So this is the MegaFuzzie Chunky Chunks. This is the old Ola IRs. You know, way more scooped, a lot bigger sounding. Just going to take down the bass a little bit. Let's boost the mids a bit, see what tones we can get. There's me butchering Slipknot. I don't know where that came from, but I'm in drop B, you know, when in Rome. I love what's going on with the mids and the highs and the lows. Just this amp just does it all. It's got like tons of gain. It's shapeable enough to get what you want. It just rules. And it's completely free, guys. It is Windows only. There is Proteus. I've done videos on that. Check that out. There is a capture of a Mark II C+ on their site, which is pretty good, and that's free. And that's for Mac. But if you are Windows only, like seriously guys, get this plugin. It just rules for pretty much any style. Nest of Scum 2, Habitual Slaughter, Feast for the Beast, and Ravenous Undead. It's all this amp on the rhythms. So that's about it, guys. Check it out. Alright guys, since you made it this far, I just want to plug my music. It's available from the links below. If you like metal, death metal, anything like that, check it out. Thanks for watching guys, I really appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see more metal related stuff. I'll be back sometime with a video on something else, so until then, ciao.